hope you got your shitting pants on.
Because you are about to shit your pants.
All right, everybody, welcome to The Big Picture. I am Mike Sargent. Big fucking deal, right? Okay. Well, let's start this show off with the opening title. The song is called Nothing to Say. Well, that doesn't apply here because I really do have something to say. And this week I'm going to just kind of touch base on a couple of things. All right, first off, I got to say it, and, you know, I really don't like to, well, I don't even know if this is a true statement, but I'm sick of politics, and I've been sick of it for a long time, and what's amazing to me is what's going on right now. Every time you turn around and every day, these liberal, whiny, crybaby bitches, all they do is attack the president. Constantly attacking the president. And here's where this is such a big problem. This immigration issue... This wasn't created by the current administration. This was created by the past presidents, and in particular, Barack Obama. You left a mess. And, of course, you know, there's going to be people that disagree with me, and I'm going to state that right off the bat. But here's something I really want to, you know, go over. Here in Orleans County, not too long ago, there was a illegal immigrant that had been working on somebody's farm, and he killed a woman up in the Albion, New York Walmart parking lot. And, of course, you know, it was a big shit show, and there was a lot of talk about the immigrants. And I don't want to say that it's stereotypical, because it's not. Most of these people are looking for work, and they come in and they pick cabbage and work on farms and things like this, and they send the money back home, you know, to their families. But the media, you know, and this is why they all get the reputation as fake news and bullshit, and who knows, there's a long list of comparisons to the media. But all these photos that have been popping up online, you know, with the big narrative here this week was Trump is separating families, you know, and Bill Clinton passed a law several years ago that was enforced by Barack Obama, enforced by the Bushes, and basically it was, you know, to send a message to the illegal immigrants. If you're going to bring your kids, you know, to this border, you're, you know, going to be separated. Now, I don't know whether you're hearing this in the media or not, but evidently Donald Trump has signed an executive order that states families will not be separated. Okay, now I think that's probably a good thing. Okay, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but a lot of people don't realize that when this law was originally signed, and this is proven fact now, Barack Obama his administration and the people that were in control of, the Border Patrol and things like that, they were releasing children from these illegal immigrants to sex traffickers. And there was several cases of this that took place. Now, how in the fuck does a sex trafficker get into a position where he can actually pick and choose his prey, without some type of an investigation being done? Anyway, that's all hearsay. But our president did sign an executive order. And, of course, there's been all these statements by the typical pro quo, Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, and even, Senator Christian Gillibrand. Well, I'm going to put it to you this way. None of them really said anything when this was going on under Obama's administration. And, there was no outrage. But this is just to prove the point that you did not have a problem with Donald Trump until Donald Trump ran for president and became the president. That's when, all these problems started, when everything that he does is outraged, and the media doesn't, really help this situation at all, because they're providing a bunch of fake news. And the fake news is the fact that the photographs that are being released right now currently in the media were taken by, I believe, a photographer, Jason Moore, who has been covering immigration, Border Patrol, border security for years. And Time Magazine, classy move, Time. You put a picture of our president on the cover of Time Magazine standing there in front of a crying girl. Photo was completely photoshopped. And it sent a powerful message. The only problem was it was a fake message. There was nothing true about that. That little girl that was on the cover of Time Magazine with Donald Trump, well, you know what? She was never separated from her parents. But the media would have you think that. Now, here is my statement. I and many others are sick and tired of this goddamn fucking game that the left plays. People have had it. You guys are going to push Trump right into the president's seat in 2020. You think I'm wrong? I'm telling you, get used to it. Because me and several other people like me is very appreciative what our president is doing. Now, I'm going to break this down to you. Lady Laura Moore, she contradicted everything that I tweeted about this week. And, I get it. There's everybody has their own take on things. But my take is simple. You have to take care of Americans first. And I think that's what Donald Trump is genuinely doing for the people of this country. Now, there are several that will disagree with me on this topic. That's fine. But let me put it to you this way, and something I've learned to realize. The entire 8 years and everything that Obama did that I thought was just absolutely bullshit, it was outrageous. This is not constitutional, and it is law, it's law breaking. That's debatable. That's a very debatable topic. But I am going to put it to you this way. Nobody gave a damn. Nobody gave a fuck how I felt about that situation. I was just being an asshole, right? Well, guess what, people? For the next 8 years, Donald Trump is going to be the president. And I really don't give a fuck what people think about that. He's doing great things for this country. He has done more in just the short time he's been in office than the last 3 presidents have done combined. And, of course, you can disagree with me. And those that disagree with me, let me just break this down to you. You're either unemployed, living with your parents, okay? Or you're on public assistance, okay? And those of you that don't fall into that category, I'm going to break this down to you. People that are really offended by what Trump does are people that don't have real jobs. And I've really looked at this whole scenario, and I can really call it out. Things have been tough the last several years. And there are jobs out there. They're popping up all over the place. And they're not shit jobs. Some of these jobs are really good paying jobs. Problem is, there are people that want to do their own thing and get entitlements or, incentives to do their own thing. The problem is, incentives don't pay the bills. And by God damn it, something that I've noticed, there's a lot of people out there that with that mindset where I'm going to start my own business. Well, you know what? I started my own business too. Problem is, my own business does not support my lifestyle, my entire family. So it is, in a sense, a part-time job, and I do have to work a full-time job. But my full-time job consists of a full-time job, a part-time job, and then I have my photography work after the fact. All right? I work hard. I'd like to say that most Americans work hard, and I think they do, but there's a lot of Americans that don't. And you know what my motivation was for working my ass off all these years? My 3 children, my wife. I wanted them to have a better home, my children especially, a better home, a better lifestyle, and have better opportunities than what I had. I could go into some pretty deep shit here with my upbringing, but I won't do that. All right? Maybe I will in another episode, but I'm going to put it to you this way. I wanted my kids to have good things in life, and I know this. Working hard is the only way that you're ever going to get those good things. You can't be, a scumbag who goes to work and decides to be a drunk, and not have any goals in life. Okay? I got married. That meant I was going to have a house. Meant if I had kids, I was going to have to do things for my kids. And I've done all that. And I did it the best that I could with what I had to work with. I can say there's a lot of people out there that have kids and have not done right by them. Now, my kids would tell you something different, that I haven't done right by them, but I did everything that I could. And if you really wanted to get into a debate over that, I could sit there and break it right down, almost to the dime, the things that my wife and I gave up so our kids would have decent starts in life. Sick. The left. A bunch of sickos. And there's a lot of people out there that support some of the ideas of the left. You people are delusional. I'm sorry. You want to know what life's about? Okay? I'm going to lay it out to you this way. You give up your little hobbies. Go get a real job where you have a boss that tells you what you need to do, that pay you for doing that job. Go get that type of work. And then come back to me. Okay? Go to work and actually do the job and earn a paycheck every week. Then come back to me and tell me, how life has gotten better. Because it's either going to get better or it's going to get worse, and that depends on you and your life choices. I saw a stupid video the other day, that crazy bitch Maxine Waters, calling for, disrespect to Donald Trump and his staff. And it's like, okay, if this is what these people want to do, they want to be obstructionists, I say start arresting them. Arresting them. They are obstructing justice, in my opinion, because the last 8 years of Barack Obama, it was a crime against the United States of America and the people. That's never going to happen. You know why it's not going to happen? Because that's not the way things are done here in the United States. But when you have people like Nancy Pelosi, dementia. Oh, my dementia is not going to stop me from doing my job. Yeah, right, Nancy. You crazy, straw-haired, psychopath. And then you got Maxine Waters. Oh, I know God, I know God, I know. You know what, Maxine? You don't even know where you shit out of, okay? That's the bottom line. You're a disgusting human being. Jeez. Step in front of a bus or something, for God's sakes. Put us out of our misery. Yeah. Chuck Schumer, some of the things that you've said and some of the things that you've done, they're terrible. I just wish you'd shut your mouth.
You shut your mouth, you bastard!
You disgust me. You really do. You are truly what we call a deplorable human being. And every time I see you, I see the hint of Lucifer. I can just sense it. That's the devil. All right. Enough about politics. Don't agree with me. I don't care. I don't need you to agree with me. Things are going very well for those of us who work a job. Those of us who take care of our families. Those of us who uphold our responsibilities to our families. That's why this president was elected. That's why he'll be reelected. Maybe by the time he's done, people will finally wake up and get it. He's already being compared to Ronald Reagan. And I think that's a pretty goddamn good comparison, considering some of the crap we've had after Reagan. Okay. Anyway. What do you guys want to talk about, with photography? Well, I don't know how many people are listening to this show because, first off, this show doesn't get promoted. It gets listed as being on the air, but it doesn't get promoted, unlike some of the other crap shows that are on this shitty network. Just kidding, Scott. All Western New York news. I just had to throw it in there. Anyway, on a serious note, I see certain shows getting promoted. Mine doesn't get promoted. So if you're a listener, super. I'm glad to have you, and I hope. Like I said, I really don't care if I offend people. I'll probably end up getting shot one day when I'm out mowing the lawn because of my viewpoints on things. But hey, it is what it is. I can live with that. I can accept it. So, I want to talk about, a little issue here I had with photography. I often shoot with a Tamron 70 to 200, millimeter lens. And I might have mentioned this before that, I've had a lot of problems with it. Stops communicating with my cameras. Not good. It's failed me a couple of times during shoots. Even worse. So I've sent it in for repair. And, the first time I sent it out, it was a lens communication issue. Came back, said that problem was fixed. Now the autofocus don't work. So I sent it in again with the autofocus not working. They sent it back, worked good. Okay? And then all of a sudden, I started having the same problem, communication issue. Sent it back again. They said it was fixed. Well, it wasn't fixed. This last week, failed me again. Failed me again. So it's getting me and sent back, and I believe Tamron, who stands behind their products, they're going to replace that lens for me, and I think that's pretty awesome for them to do that. That's kind of, that's kind of like a what is that type moment?
What is that?
Yeah, it's like you don't see that very often in business anymore. For example, I will never buy another Cuisinart or whatever product. I bought an espresso machine from my wife years ago. That piece of shit stopped working after about 4 days. They told me it was an old model. And it was brand new out of the store. But it's an old model and they don't back it anymore. And it's like, it's an old model and you don't back it anymore, but I just bought it brand new from a store and it doesn't work, get the fuck out of here with this.
Get the fuck out my face with that shit.
I was pissed. Called Better Business Bureau and the whole 9 yards on the thing because, actually after talking with somebody from Cuisinart, they basically told me they're not going to do anything about this. And I'm like, really? Oh, brother. That was a pretty shitty thing to do. So I just, gave up and I said, you know what? It's not worth the fight at this point. It's going to cost me a lot more. I'm just going to run around like a enraged Wookiee. And, at the end of the day, I'll take my licks on this. And guess what? Cuisinart. I will never, ever, ever spend another dime on one of your shit piece of crap product again. And for example, the other day, we were looking at gas grills. We needed to replace our gas grill. And they had a Cuisinart there. And my wife said, well, this isn't a bad one. And I says, well, it kind of is. She says, why? And I says, espresso machine. This is, espresso machine 2.0. We don't spend money on Cuisinart products. Cuisinart, you can literally go fuck yourself. My money is better spent on a better product, especially with a company that will back their products, like Tamron. Thank you, Tamron. I think that's pretty awesome of you. So, on top of that, let me give you a little heads up here on something. And it's not really going back into politics, but I do want to let you know that I took a little trip. Guess where that trip was? It was to the border. And I got to see a lot of shit. Trust me, people. This is why, I'm not always available for beers, because some of these things happen at the drop of a hat. And I'm going to tell you, what you're seeing on the media, the news, it's bullshit. I've seen it firsthand. Okay? You will see some of the photographs that I ended up taking. They will be in print, and you will see my name underneath it with the credit. So, anyway, I really don't have much more to go with this week, other than the fact that I came here with a statement today, and that statement was basically to tell you liberals to kiss my ass. People like me, we've had it. And I'm telling you right now, just wait till the midterms. Just wait till 2020. New York State, you have an opportunity here to get rid of a tyrant. I would suggest you do so. Andrew Cuomo has got to go. The final straw was the release of parolees to vote. And, of course, vote for him. Sounds like the act of a desperate man, right? Well, all I can say about Andrew Cuomo anymore is he is one endorsing motherfucker. And I can't stand him. I think he is the epitome of just lower than a snake's belly in a wagon rut. Lower than that pile of shit that I stepped in on the way to work this morning. And, something else that's funny, too. I got an invitation to, Kirsten Gillibrand's political Facebook page. Why? Why would I? I don't support you. I think you're definitely got your lips on Schumer's ass. Why would I support you? I don't believe in the crap that you say. I think you're another fake politician. Thanks, but no thanks. Wow. what a crazy world we live in. Anyway, brother, I just look at it and say, we're in the middle of summer. Here we go.
And here we go.
So I'm about done for this week. I really don't have a lot more to say. So, people, if you're listening to this show, tweet at me or something at msergeantphoto on Twitter, because I need to know that the message is getting out there. Although, thanks Scott for the plug once in a while. Like you do with Think So Joe. Yeah, I was looking at that, and I am kind of pissed about that. Now that I think about it, probably because Scott disagrees with half of what I say. But Scott's a different cat. Love the guy. All right, people. That's all I got for this week. I'm out.
Like the turn of the whip, I snap attack, front to back, in this thing called rap. Thinking like a shovel, rhyme double on a heavenly level. Bang the bass, turn up the treble. Radical mind, day and night, all the time. 714, wise, divine, maniac, brainiac, winning the game. I'm the lyrical Jesse James. Quality, I possess, some say I'm fresh, when my voice goes through the mesh of the microphone that I am holding. Copywritten lyrics so they can't be stolen if they are not. Don't need the police to try to save them, your voice will sing. So peace, stay off my back, or I will attack, and you don't want that.
I've got the power!
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Hey, if we want to hear you talk, I will shove my arm up your ass and work your mouth like a puppet. You hear me? You hear me?
Brother.